Hello and welcome to the first of my December weekly reading vlogs. It is now the 1st of December and I am very excited for Christmas. I think it's acceptable to admit that now. It's December, it's fine. And this is going to be a bit of a long intro clip, so apologies for that, but I have a little bit to get through in terms of how these weekly reading vlogs are going to work. So for the next 2.5 weeks I am still going to be working, so I will try to do as much content as I can in these vlogs, but it's probably not going to be very much because I'm going to be spending the majority of my days at work. But I do have my Bookish advent calendar, which I will show you in a minute, that I am super excited about, and I am going to be showing you everything that I'm reading as well, which I hope is going to be quite a lot. I'm really in the reading mood. I want to read loads this month. I've got a couple of weeks off work towards the end of the month, so I'm very, very excited for lots of hopefully really great reading. So at the moment I have 3 reads on the go. The first is This Is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone and Amal El-Matar, which is my local book club book. I'm around nearly halfway through this one. I am reading and listening to it because it's sort of like hard sci-fi type of book, but it's also LGBT romance as well, I think. I'm not really far enough into it to have figured it out, and I don't want to tell you too much about it anyway because it's only 198 pages, so not very long, but I'm hoping that I will finish this, if not today, then in the next couple of days. I need to have finished it by Thursday anyway, which is when I have book club. I'm also listening to Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, which is my audiobook reread at the moment, and let me check how far into it I am. I'm listening to this one on Libby through my library and I'm 55% of the way through. I have 4 hours and 40 minutes of the audiobook left, but I am listening at 2 times speed, and with This Is How You Lose the Time War I have 2 hours and 52 minutes left, but again listening at 2 times speed, particularly as I am following along. And then my other physical read is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, which I only just started yesterday and didn't get very far into. I'm only on page 26, but I am hoping to make some progress with this one today because it's one that I'm super excited about. I have lots to do today. I've already washed my hair, as you can probably tell, and I have planned to film at least 6, if not more, videos for my channel, and potentially edit at least 1, if not more, of those videos to get them up onto my channel. I definitely want to have a video live on my channel today since it's the 1st of December, and I'm planning to do around 22-ish videos between now and the end of December, I think is how many I have left. Let me see. Yeah, 22 including my vlogs, so I need to get cracking on those. I'll probably do most of them before Christmas and then just do normal content after Christmas. Let me know if you want a video on Christmas Day or whether you want that to be one of the days that I skip. I don't mind either way because I will just schedule it, so just let me know your preference on that. But let's get into the advent calendar, shall we? Okay, so here is my advent calendar. The lighting isn't great, but this is the only place I could find to fit this in my reading room. So this is where I have set it up, and I'm going to open one of these with you every single day. They are numbered, and I do know already that this one is number 1. So I bought all of these books myself, but Lee wrapped and numbered them for me. So although I know what this one is because it's the only one that's this size, I don't really know what any of the others are, and I will have to search through them each day to know which one to open next. So that's where I'm keeping them. I'm going to move back now to a better lighting spot to open this for you. Okay, so slightly better lighting here. I don't know if I'll show you me finding them each day, because that might take a while actually, but I'm definitely going to show you me opening them. And you can see Haruki is sat down there, so that's cute too. But let's open day number 1. This is so exciting. And day number 1 is The Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill. And I'm super excited to read this. I read the Tea Dragon Society earlier on in the year, sort of towards the end of the summer months, and really enjoyed it. It was super cute. And to be honest, I'm not planning to read the books that I get in my advent calendar on the day that I get them, because the majority of them will be far too long for me to do that anyway. But I do plan to read this today if I can, if I get time. Like I said, I am going to be pretty busy today with filming and things, but this one is a graphic novel, so it should be fairly quick to get through. So I am going to try to read it. I might even just read it now, to be honest. But yeah, so like I said, super long intro, but lots to do, and let's see how the week goes. So I'm participating this month in the Winter Magical Read-A-Thon as created by G over at the channel Book Roast. She'll be linked down below for you, and every Sunday there will be a release of the quiz thing, I don't know how else to describe it, to find out what your prompt is, and you can choose your books from there. So I thought that it would be fun to just film me going through this thing. So chapter 1 is now live, so let's see what I get. So the first question is what we do when we're confronted by Dobby asking us to not return to Hogwarts. So what do? 1. Falsely promise that you won't go back to Hogwarts so Dobby leaves. Make no promises and continue to talk him out of it. Definitely not lying to Dobby, so make no promises. So the next part of the chapter is the cake over the head incident, and then the twins come to rescue Harry, and all I have to choose from is to grab Hedwig and fly away. Then we've arrived at the Burrow just in time for bedtime and have time for only one activity before we go to sleep. So which one of these do I pick? Help Ron to denome the garden as his punishment for stealing the car? You're not done with flying, grab a snack and meet the Weasleys in the field to play some Quidditch, or stay up chatting about Muggle nitbits with Mr. Weasley. He's so charmed by it all. I think I'm going to go with Quidditch. So my reading prompt is read a book that features a game or competition or race. A book that features a game, a competition or a race. That's a tricky one. I'm going to have to think on it, and once I've figured out what my read is going to be for this prompt, I will let you know. Good morning, it's Monday the 2nd of December and I am getting ready for work. Well, I'm actually ready, I just need to drink my cup of tea and then I'm going to go. But I thought that I would just make a little bit of time to open day 2 of my advent calendar. And it's Furthermore by Tara Maffey, which is a middle grade book that I've been wanting to read for quite a while. I will read you the synopsis. Once upon a time, a girl was forgot. In a world brimming with colour and magic, Alice's pale skin and milk-white hair mark her as an outcast. For the people of Fernwood, colour and magic are one and the same. Alice is determined to prove her magical abilities and solve the mystery of her father's disappearance. To do so, she'll have to travel into the mythical, dangerous land of Furthermore, but nothing there is as it seems, and Alice may never find her way home. I've, like I said, had this on my TBR for ages, so I'm really excited to have it. I think that it should be a fairly quick read, given that it's a middle grade book, and it's super floppy, so everybody loves that, right? Good evening. This is just a very quick update at the end of Monday because I did finish This Is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone and Amal El-Matar. I don't have it with me right now because I left it at work because it's my book club book, so I'm going to take it with me to book club on Thursday straight from work, so I figured I might as well just leave it at the office rather than bring it home and then take it again on Thursday, you know what I mean. It is an interesting book. It's one of those books that's written in a very flowery and indirect sort of writing style. So the author never really, or the authors never really say what they mean, and the actual underlying story is very nice. It follows two female characters, Red and Blue, who are members of opposing armies in a time war, and they correspond by letter, sort of, hidden in various different ways, and they start off as enemies and eventually a relationship begins to bloom between them, and it is very interesting. The concept is very interesting and the relationship is good. The character development is a little bit difficult to follow. The world building and overall plot is a little bit difficult to follow. I feel like it could have been better as a full-length novel rather than as a short story, because it would have allowed more time for the authors to explore the setting that they had built up. But just in general, I didn't get on with the writing style. I prefer a much more direct and straightforward type of writing. I've never been one who enjoys reading super critically and reading between the lines and trying to assign meaning to metaphors and that kind of thing. So it's just not really my thing as writing goes. So it was fine, but not my preferred type of book. I would recommend it if you like sci-fi and you like flowery writing. 100% definitely this one is for you, but it just missed the mark for me because I just feel like I'm not sophisticated enough or clever enough for that kind of writing, which isn't true, but I don't like that it makes me feel that way. So yeah, that's how I felt about that one. I'm still reading Skyward. I prioritised finishing This Is How You Lose the Time War today because I have book club on Thursday and I wanted to finish it in good time for that, so that I have a couple of days to ruminate on the book and my thoughts in readiness for discussion on Thursday. But I am continuing on with Skyward, Starsight, which I am really enjoying, and I'm also continuing with my reread of Our Dark Duet. I'm currently 2 hours and 20 minutes from the end of the book, which is an hour and 10 minutes of listening time. So chances are I will probably finish that tomorrow, if not the following day. As for Skyward, I don't have the book with me right now. It's in the other room and I'm too lazy to go and get it. But I decided, because I liked the audiobook for Skyward so much, that I would pick up the audiobook for Starsight as well and just listen and read at the same time, just because I really enjoy the narrator. I think she does an absolutely fantastic job. It's Sophie Aldred, in case I didn't say in this video, but I have 11 hours of that audiobook left and listening at 2 times speed, so about 5.5 hours. So I shouldn't have any problem finishing that one this week. And then I want to get started with the book club book, which is The Girl Who Drank the Moon, but I also have a few books at the library and I need to read them before they expire. So I have Ash Princess, which I have 12 days for. I have Sadie, which I have 20 days for, and Eldest, which I have 3 days for, but I'm not too bothered about that one. I can get that one again at some point. So really my main two that I want to read from my library list are Sadie and Ash Princess once I've finished Our Dark Duet. So I'll probably finish Our Dark Duet and Starsight, and then read The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and then read Ash Princess, and then read Sadie, I think. That's my plan. I have a copy of Ash Princess, so I'll be reading and following with that one. Sadie, I don't have a copy of the book, so I will just be listening to the audiobook, but I've heard that that's the best way to experience that one anyway, because it has podcast elements to it. So that's reading so far. It's very late. I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. Terry Pratchett's Mort. So this is one of his Discworld books, and it's the first book in the Death series, where Death is a character and takes on an apprentice named Mort. And I don't know much more about it other than that, and other than it's part of the Discworld, which I haven't started reading yet. But spoilers for a future video, this is a series that I want to start. Good morning. I didn't get a chance to update you yesterday because I went out for dinner, and then I had 3 videos to edit and upload. One of them is already live and the other 2 have been scheduled, so there really wasn't much to update you on anyway. But it is now the 4th of December and I'm about to head out to work, but I thought that I would open my advent calendar first, as I do every morning, because I'm impatient and I can't wait until I get home from work to open it. So we have Remembrance by Meg Cabot, which is the update book to the original Mediator series, which if you've been watching my channel for a while you will know I read when I was younger and absolutely loved. And this is set, I'm not sure how much later, but the main character has finished high school and college since the events of the end of the first series, so this is the follow-up. So really I need to hurry up and finish my reread of books 5 and 6 so that I can pick this one up. Very excited. It's Wednesday evening and I've had a haircut. It's shorter. I love it. And I've made some reading progress, so I thought that I would fill you in on that. So I am currently on page 290 of Skyward, so I am here, and it's 457? Yeah, 457 pages long, so I have like 160 pages left of that, so I shouldn't have too much trouble finishing that maybe tomorrow or the day after. And I'll give you my proper thoughts about it once I've actually finished it, but so far I'm really loving it, which is not a big surprise. And I finished Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab, and really enjoyed it. That was a reread, so I knew that I was going to enjoy that one anyway. I did enjoy it on a reread. I don't like it as much as book 1. I feel like book 1 has a more engaging and intriguing plot, but I still really enjoy book 2 as well. I just kind of feel like I wanted more from book 2, because there are certain elements of the story that I feel were not complete enough. So, and that was intentional. I mean, I can't tell you why, because of course it's a sequel, so I can't really say too much about it, but the open-endedness is not like cliffhangery or anything, and it was completely intentional. I just want more, and that's probably because I find the world really intriguing and I like the characters, and I just want to spend more time in Verity with all the monsters and everything like that. and August is my favourite character, in case you were wondering. And so I've started, my next audiobook is Sadie by Courtney Summers, pretty sure that's right, and it's a book that has had so much hype, and I've heard that it's best to listen to the audiobook because there's a podcast element to it, and I definitely, so far at least, I'm not particularly far into it. I've only just started it today, so I think I'm about an hour and a bit in, maybe, and I definitely think that the audiobook is a good way to go. It's a full cast audiobook, which is always nice, and with the podcast element I think that it really adds something to the story, but it is very, very mystery based, which, as you may know, isn't always my favourite genre, so it's one of those that I'm really not going to know how I feel about it until I finish the book, so I'll have to just keep you posted on that one. It's actually not that long. I think the audiobook was about 7.5 hours and I'm about 6 hours left to go now, so really quite a quick read, especially because I'm listening at 1.75 speed at the moment, just because I'm getting used to the story and the cast. I might amp it up to 2.2 times speed if I want to, but 1.75 is fine. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very quick finish, I think, on that one. But that's it really for today. My hair is looking a little crazy this morning since I slept on it, so ignoring that, let's see what day 5 has in store. If you can hear crunching in the background, that's the boys eating their breakfast. Turkey waits. Very glad to see what she does. Yay! It's The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. I was really, really hoping I was going to get this one early in the month so that I can add it to my TBR, because it's basically a gender-bent Christmas carol where the main character is female, but also she doesn't change her ways, and then she dies and becomes one of the ghosts of Christmas past. And I believe that there's a romance in this as well, so I am super excited that I got this one nice and early in the month so that I can read it for Christmas. It's only 385 pages as well, so very, very much doable. You can take this as having been added to my December TBR. And floppy, you know me, I love a floppy paperback, but now I need to get ready for work. Morning. I am extremely tired this morning because one of my lovely neighbours decided to ring my doorbell at 3 AM, and I live in a flat, so the doorbell doesn't stop ringing until you answer it, so I had to get up and answer the door. And then they proceeded to play very loud music from 3 AM, and it seems like it's still going on even now, and it's 7:15 in the morning. So if I sound a little croaky, it's because I'm tired, and I also stayed up until midnight anyway, finishing Skyward, so that's on me, and I don't regret it at all. I'll tell you about that later. But I finished Skyward, so I'm starting The Girl Who Drank the Moon today for the book club, and I'm very excited. This is a middle grade book, so it should be a nice easy read, which is what I feel like I need today because I'm feeling a little bit on the delicate side, but it's my final teaching day of the term, so there's that. And it's day 6, so let's see what we have today. We have Pet Sematary by Stephen King, which might seem like an odd addition to this list considering that I don't read a lot of horror and I'm a bit of a wimp, but this is not meant to be as heavy on the horror as some of his other books, and it's more dealing with death and grief and that kind of thing. So if anything, I feel like this one will be more emotional in a sort of sad way than scary, but I could be wrong. Let me know if you've read this and you think that it's going to make me not sleep for a month, because I'd need to plan ahead of time. I'm still going to read it, but I'd need to plan ahead of time for that. But I'm going to go and finish getting ready for work now in my half awake state. Good evening. I'm home from work at a reasonable hour. I received my Fairy Loot Queen of Nothing Collector's Edition box. I unboxed it, I filmed that, I edited it, I uploaded it. It's now 8:05. I'd say that's a fairly reasonable evening. I've also had dinner, so things are going well, and I thought that I would do a little check-in. I received a package from Fable and Black. She had a Black Friday sale, so I went a little OTT, but what is new there, okay? So I thought that I would show you the few bits that I picked up. So first of all, I have this Howl's Moving Castle inspired pin, which says Howl ate my heart. Very, very pretty. Probably a little creepy if you don't get the reference, so I apologise for that. It's not creepy, but I also can't explain it to you because of spoilers. And I also got this 221B Baker Street pin as well, which is very cute. And then I got some stickers too, because I wanted to add some more stickers to my TBR cart. So I've got Liquid Luck, Felix Felicis, Introvert, because I very much am one. This sticker represents Alohomora, which is of course the unlocking spell. Book Lover, because again, I am one, in case you couldn't tell. Arkenstone, which is from Lord of the Rings. A 221B sticker, which is very nice. A Howl Ate My Heart sticker. And then she also sent me a little mini tiny weeny print of Book Lover. A bookmark which says having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card, and another teeny tiny weeny print. So those are all really cute and I'm really happy with them, and I will put them on my TBR cart and I will show you that once I have done it. I also started my book club book today, which is The Girl Who Drank the Moon. This is for my book club. If you're not already a part of the Instagram chat and you would like to be, then please just drop me a comment down below and I will be happy to add you. You just need to let me know what your Instagram handle is and I will join you to the chat. We're reading The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I already said that, didn't I? Which I have right here. I've made some progress. I'm only on page 28. As I mentioned this morning, I didn't have the best night's sleep, so I have been very, very tired, and that does always impact on my ability to read, because I just find reading so relaxing that when I'm feeling tired, it can also make me sleepy, which is less than ideal, but there it is. So I'm gonna sit and do some reading now in the light of my Christmas tree, which isn't decorated yet. It will be decorated. We just put it up sort of a week beforehand undecorated to see how the boys would react to it before putting a bunch of shiny baubles and dangly things on it to entertain them. So they've been doing okay so far. They like trying to attack each other through the tree, but fingers crossed, so far they've been okay. But I mean, the true test is once we put the baubles on and things, I think, so we'll see how that goes. Good morning, it's Saturday. Please excuse my crazy hair. I need to wash it, but that's going to have to wait because the boys are going to the vet this morning, so I need to get ready to take them first and then I will wash my hair when I get back. But first, it's the 7th already, somehow. And this will be the last one of these for this vlog because I'll be finishing this vlog tonight and then a new vlog will be starting tomorrow. So let's see what it is. The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding. So this is a middle grade book by Alexandra Bracken, which follows a character who is possessed by a demon. I think it's a demon. Yeah, a demon, because of a pact that his great-great-great-great-grandfather made, and then things start to go wrong and he has to try and put things right even though he's possessed by a demon. And I don't know too much more about this one than that, but it just sounds really fun and I enjoy reading middle grade books, so I'm really looking forward to this one. And the cover is also very pretty. So yeah, looking forward to reading this one. Okay, it's 9:30 now on Saturday night and I think I'm going to call it on this vlog because I'm feeling very sleepy and I'm probably not going to make any more reading progress because I keep falling asleep while I'm reading. So to briefly wrap up what I read this week, I read The Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill, which I think I've already discussed, and really the main takeaway is very, very cute. Very, very cute. Highly recommend. I also finished This Is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone and Amal El-Matar. I then finished my reread on audio of Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. Then I read and finished Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, which I absolutely loved. But the ending though, and now I have to wait 2 years for the next one and it's going to kill me. It was so good. It was so good. I really enjoy the characters in this and the world is really interesting and everything that's going on in the plot is really interesting and I'm just so engaged in the story and I highly recommend this series. It's going to be 4 books, but like I said, because Brandon Sanderson is focusing on Stormlight Book 4, which I am very excited for, there is not going to be a Skyward book in 2020, so I think the next one will probably be 2021, unless he ends up putting it on the back burner for something else because he's got so many irons in the fire, as it were. But this was great. It's a really fun, easy to follow series with great characters and I'm very invested, hugely invested. Then I picked up The Grinch today because this is my favourite Christmas story, and The Grinch film with Jim Carrey in is my favourite Christmas film by far, and I watched the new Grinch film today, the animated one with Benedict Cumberbatch voicing the Grinch, and I didn't like it as much, but it just made me realise that I don't think I've actually ever read the book. So I ordered this off of Amazon this afternoon and it arrived this evening and I read it this evening, and I'm actually cheating a little bit and using this as my book for week 1 of the magical read-a-thon because my prompt was to read a book with a game or challenge in it, and I think this counts because he challenges himself to steal Christmas. So that's the interpretation of that prompt that I'm going with. It was very short. It's a poem basically. It took me about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to read it, but I really enjoyed myself. I really do like this Christmas story, and I don't know, I really enjoyed myself reading this, and I'll probably read it a couple more times before Christmas, but I won't count it any more than once on my Goodreads because it is so short. I wanted to count it on my Goodreads just because I'm using it for the magical readathon, but if I reread it, I'm not going to be counting it. And then in terms of current reads, I am reading The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I'm currently on page 84. This is very cute and whimsical so far. It very much reads like an old school fairy tale type thing, so I'm enjoying that. And I'm also listening to Sadie by Courtney Summers, which is a very different vibe. It is a murder mystery kind of story with a podcast element, and it's very dark and mysterious, funnily enough, and I don't have that much left, so hopefully I will finish that fairly soon and be able to give you some final thoughts on it, but that will be in next week's vlog. So I am going to sign off from this week. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you next week with another vlog. But that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks. Bye.